Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It is April 4th, 2026, and we've got some women out there who are willing to help the curator take out this magistrate under one condition, that they get the position. So obviously they're not aware that this person does not honor any contracts. So be aware, there's probably a high value or a high skilled female that's about ready to come after the magistrate's personality. Alrighty then, so what do we got for the planetary circumstance? General collective reading. Planetary circumstance, Knight of Pentacles. So somebody is patient and persevering. Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Emperor here. Divine Masculine. And conflict. Alright, so in the challenge position, Eight of Swords, so trapped, isolation. Somebody's feeling like a victim. And looking for some kind of transformation. Looking for a new way to be clever, a new way to get clever. So there's a paralysis of those who were being clever. Somebody who thought they were clever is undergoing some kind of paralysis, some kind of victimhood. They can't move. They gotta transform. We got the Page of Pentacles. There's an opportunity here. Page of Pentacles. Some potential. And we've got the Four of Swords. Something's being laid to rest. Or something is recovering from a Ten of Swords. Maybe this is coming to an end. We do have, so there's these sorcerers and sorceresses out there, you know, that's how they gain their status, is by taking out those who do. So we've got these individuals out there right now, willing to go there. We got some ego death going on in the recent past. The Ten of Cups is here. Due to your strength and your innocence when it comes to love. Intention and expectation. Seven of Pentacles. So there's a harvest and a reward for somebody. Ace of Pentacles in the near future. Abundance. You got some kind of reward there for being stable. The lens is being looked through. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups could be in a tower or bringing a tower. Take it as it resonates. Your compassion, your balance is bringing about some kind of revelation, divine intervention in the environment. Two of Swords. Somebody could be avoiding something. You may have your guard up. Five of Pentacles, hardship, poverty. You're avoiding poverty. Somebody's at a stalemate. Somebody doesn't know what to do. They're trying to avoid hardship. The Queen of Cups is bringing a Tower. Hopes and fears, we've got Justice. As I mentioned, we do have some highly skilled men and women attacking this Magistrate. They don't want her out there speaking freely. They want to stop her speaking. They keep threatening that if she keeps speaking, she has no idea what's going to happen to her. They're going to, like, you know, they're masters at torture and prolonging it throughout lifetimes. So, you know, they've got plans and fantasies, and they got a whole bunch of freaking women out there willing to do something nasty to get this high value status. It's really incredible. We got the Hierophant here. The Chariot. The Empress is victorious. And moving on. It's like there's an ego death. It's like the soul is separating from the personality of this 3D realm. Because the 3D realm, the mind, the brain is malleable. So a lot of the things that flow through our temple, our mind, our heart, and all of that, it doesn't belong to us. We've got AI, tech junkies out there, and these sorcerers who focus on the waters of a temple, and then they twist it. They harden the waters, so they run weird shit through the mind and the heart, and they'll shatter the heart chakra and dump in a bunch of hate, and they're doing their very best to drop the Empress right now. So it seems to be that there is a soul and personality shift happening. It seems to me that there's a lot of heartbreak, because the soul seems to be rejecting these personalities. So we got the Knight of Pentacles here, patient and persevering. We got the Emperor here, stability, leadership, authority. And then we've got conflict and defeat. So what's going on with that? Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor are fighting. We've got chewing on. You're discovering something, remembering something. So the Knight is persevering over the Emperor. We've got Eight of Swords here, trapped. Somebody's trapped in victimhood with their cleverness, or maybe their, what's going on with the cool down. Cool down. So there's a cool down. I've heard that there's a timeline out there where like there's no light, there's no heat, there's no sun, there's no life. So this Gates thing, dimming the sun by a third. Well, I don't think it's the actual sun. I think it's just the sun within the temples that are being taken out. So a third of the sun within the temple, they were going to dim. Wherever that place is cooling down, because the heat is coming from our connection to the sun. It is inside of us, and we're walking around sharing that light and that heat with everybody. And so now it seems that there's like maybe a whole third that are coming out. We got these ones that have been agreeing to be a traitor to those that the Most High has placed in these positions of authority. So the soul, which qualified for these positions, seems to be rejecting the personality, which has been getting a lot of sorcery dumped in on it. The soul's like pulling in the good and saying, look, it's right here. Alignment is right here. It's not here. This is malleable. This is programmable. This is hackable. You got to align with the soul and its connections in order to remain in temperance, because they're dumping a lot of chaos in. And it's heartbreak, because when your own soul rejects you and your personality, because of all the chaos that these a-holes are dumping in on we. I mean, we're here for a task. We're here doing something very vital, right? And you got a lot of nasty jacks, these sorcerers and their sorceresses who have skills. They're trying to take over these positions of authority that they themselves did not earn through trickery and betrayal. May they be discovered and identified and then eliminated quickly. Aho. So you got the Page of Pentacles here. Stable. You might be making some kind of a offer. You're retreating. You're contemplating what it is you want to do with the Four of Swords. With this betrayal, these endings. This could be like a Ten of Swords. There's some kind of a painful ending. You could have hit rock bottom and you are now being renewed. Your sixth sense, your intuition is online. You're recovering from a Ten of Swords. You're transitioning into this intuitive knowing. And it's like the ego is being instructed to just back off. This programming, this interference, it's like the soul is telling the ego to just back off. And of course, the ego is like, why me? Or, heartbroken and shit. And, our personalities undergo many transformations as we move through life, as we evolve. And you got a lot of performers out there that don't actually do the work. They take what your final rendition of self is, and then they pretend to be that without having to go through all of the levels and the stages the ego does, and the warring between soul and personality and all this shit. They don't want to do that. They just want to get up there with your final rendition of self, and they want to pretend that they have earned that. Why? Because they're doing sorcery to unalive somebody and stick them in a hole. So may they receive their just reward, which is exactly what they're trying to put on somebody else. Seen, recognized, and delivered, ho. High value, ho. So we got the Ten of Cups out here. You're celebrating your strength, your courage, your compassion, your grace. We've got this Page of Cups. So you could have an innocent openness and sensitivity toward love. You are the rose. So you've been brutalized lifetime after lifetime. You have been stripped of your flowers, your petals, lifetime after lifetime. You have a very innocent way of looking at love. Your passionate love, you are this beauty, but you are also the thorns. And, the personality, which has to undergo and survive these magical attacks, is being requested to step back because the attacks are so bad that the soul may be having trouble tempering the thorns and the flowers. I don't know, because right now it's moving through the mental body, seems to be a lot of thorns for a lot of these actual divine beings that are under attack right now. You got those who are not being attacked, but that's because they're in cahoots, right? They're actually in alignment with these sorcerers, and they're doing their business to snatch up these high value positions with their own involvement. So even though they're masquerading and they have the skill to cloak themselves as though they are high value, they certainly aren't. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here. So there is perseverance for the rose. Because of your innocence, and you've got a lot of passion, but you got a lot of thorns too. You may have a short temper. There's a harvest and a reward. Maybe some page wants to make a love offer to a rose in order to harvest it. Some page coming in all innocent, making a love offer to a rose with the intention of a Seven of Pentacles, a harvest. I'm sick of you guys, man. It's so foul. Ace of Pentacles, prosperity and abundance. You got a reward coming due to your strength, Divine Feminine. You're sitting here you are recovering from this 10 of Swords burden. You're recovering, and now you got these jacks out there. They're jackies wanting to come up and do magic on you to destroy you so that they can take the reward that you have earned through lifetimes of suffering. It's so heinous, this mindset. I have no compassion or pity for what's coming to them with this intention. Absolutely none. Somebody's drinking. Somebody may want to invite you out for drinks. They have an intention for harvest. They may be drinking, or maybe they're drinking because you got this harvest. Ace of Pentacles, prosperity. They want, yeah. So you're the key. Maybe you've discovered the key to this trash, to this worthless trash. You found the core of the problem and the key people when it comes to this trashy business of prostituting energy and life. So the Ace of Pentacles is here. You've got a growth. There's some kind of a reward. You've found the core problem, the key people in this trashy situation. Queen of Cups is bringing a freaking tower to these people. There's divine intervention, and we've got eternal regret for these jackwagons that are trying to program the mind with this nastiness. The 3D, very delicate and sensitive transmitter receiver. They're very much abusing this communication device, and the soul is instructing the personality to back off because these interferers are being nasty. So the personality has to get a effing grip and stop being driven by this scenario. It really hurts when you hear your soul saying back off, you know, but they're not really talking to you. They're talking to the programming, which you're bringing a freaking tower to. And they're so mad. They want to destroy your mind, Rose, because you're destroying their life, the life that they built on your suffering. So there's a tower here. You could be singing a song for the performers. So the Queen of Cups, in your deep understanding and your emotional balance and empathy, there is a tower here for those who were singing your soul song. Or perhaps there's a tower coming. There's divine intervention by those who actually love the Most High, those who are singing praises. But it could be those who are performers, the actresses, the actors, those who have been harvesting soul light energy and then making this great big business out of it. We got the Two of Swords here. Somebody doesn't know what to do about this hardship. Five of Pentacles. There's an indecision. For a forgotten person. So there's a forgotten person. There's indecision. They don't know what to do. They've lost everything. They're in scarcity. This forgotten person. That's justice here. It's fairness. What they stole from you is now being taken from them and returned to you. So what they've taken from you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, they've been collecting and calling themselves billionaires and trillionaires, but all of them have to give it back to you. So you're going to get this payment. It's like you've been making deposits in the bank, right? And then after 4,000 years of trauma and suffering and torture, all of a sudden these jackwagons have to give you it all back in one lump sum. And that's justice. It has to be stripped from them, and every nasty thing they put into your mirror is going to be returned to them. Now the mirror is the personality. So you got the soul and the soul alignment with source, right? This is where it is. Now these guys have been messing around with the heart and with the mind for centuries. And they've shut you down and made you quiet in every way possible. But the problem is for them that you refused to give up your soul. So while it's damaged, while it's been traumatized, while your temple and your mind have been, incredibly brutalized and with the intention of destroying your ladder to source, your chariot, they wanted to destroy the entirety of your Merkaba, your light body. They got another thing coming. Because I can tell you what, my soul may not appreciate the personality that you're moving through the temple, but she's going to kick your ass. She's so loving, So freaking beautiful. And I want to be like her. So you asshats, you and your personality, this driven bullshit that you're running through people's minds is coming to an end. And I hear you telling everybody out there, she doesn't know what to do if she doesn't stop talking about this. Well, too effing bad. I'll be quiet when God decides that my messaging and my presence here is no longer needed. It could be that the personality, the ego, has to go into the fire, that there's got to be some kind of an ego death. There has to be some kind of a separation between the purity of your soul and your actual identity and this shit that they've been running through you, that you, for some reason, over time have collected and taken on as your own personality and responsibility. These characteristics that you may be displaying today may not belong to you. They may be an interference, trying to move through you so that you can be seen as. There's justice here. The truth is here. You look, there's legal matters, a lot of legal matters. The truth is out here. You have integrity. You are fair, and fairness will be returned to you. So because you've taken a leap of faith, you're taking a leap of faith, rolling the dice. Justice is happening and you're taking the risk. The Hierophant is here. And he's bringing silence to the minds of the original organic communications systems. Now, this means that the personality, the ego that is running through the temple, this thing that we've been fed from childhood, we've been kind of molded by the environment around us. Well, if you look at the mind and what's moving through you, you can tell it's not the soul and its personality. It's been infiltrated and then driven into something other than what it's meant to be. You're an undercover angel and you have taken on the energy of peasantry, of violence, of tragedy. You've brought alchemy to it within your soul, but your mental body and your heart system may still be suffering from the effects of this driven personality that you had to kind of bring alchemy to and then temper within your own mind the best that you could. So the Hierophant is here. It could be that, yes, so the spiritual wisdom is here, and because of your faith, and the educated learnings that you have undergone through suffering. So the Hierophant is here bringing silence to the mind, silencing those outside interferences that are interfering with your heart. Now, last night, so there was a big heart shattering. It's been going on for 5-6 days now. Big black hole soul energy being laid upon the heart and the solar plexus. These nasty jacks are so foul, and they've got a high value. Well, she used to be a high value until she agreed to work with them in order to take this magistrate out and receive her position of authority. That nasty wench is going to get what she deserves. Every nasty thing she's putting out there is coming back on her. She should be careful. She should be careful, because the Hierophant is here and is going to make every nasty personality driver of the citizenry go silent. These mirrors, have been out here mirroring people who have been leveling up. So we got this mirror, this whatever this woman is, high priestess, whatever. She's coming up. She's like, I'll help you, but on one condition, that I get this universal blah, 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 blah. So she's really going for it. She wants the money. She wants the money. But the money belongs to those who have ascended. The money belongs to this woman that she's about ready to target. This mirror, this professional mirror. So they could be single, or maybe this is a separation and an end. So you are single. Maybe you single-handedly are bringing about a breakup, a separation for the exhibit. This exhibit of the rose. This prostitution ring. this broken-hearted love, this manipulation of the rose, this sacrifice of the rose. She's sitting here minding her own damn business, and you got nasty sorcerers and sorceresses out there dropping in magic to try to shatter the heart and then dump in karmic sin and tragedy, hate energy, so that they can get them convicted and then taken out of here by what, this Passover business or whatever. The sun is going down on this because you have discovered the hidden truth. You are the hidden truth, and you're getting a new beginning. What they did to you was forbidden. The way they molested you sexually and mentally and every way, it was forbidden, and the law is coming down on their ass. The law is coming down on their ass. This personality that they're trying to drive through people's temples right now, this persona that they're trying to cast the illusion that people actually are, it's all a lie, it's all fraud, and it's all seen. And they're unable to be successful with this, and now they got these feminines, which carry more weight than these little pissants do. But she's willing to take instruction from them in order to get an opportunity to be a high value person, because they got malice in them, and they're a cheat, they're a mirror. So, this is the way they get to the top, by stepping on a divine being and then mimicking them. They could be running away because there's a transformation here. You have evolved, and there's unfinished business here with these over and back sacrificial bullshit artists. We got the snake who is addicted to you, and they miss you. Of course they do. There's an investigation. There's been people have been looking for the apples. You are one, at least your soul is. But the personality that they're moving through your mind and your temple right now is not in alignment with your soul, and your soul is telling that personality to back off. So don't let your ego get all in an uproar, because the soul isn't talking to you. The soul is talking to those interferers of these AI, Wi-Fi, streaming, radio, Hulu, voodoo, critch through your freaking chakra system and your temple and all of that. So the soul knows, and everybody knows who the soul is. The soul is telling the personality, this system, you're a delicate transmitter receiver communications device of the divine, and these AI cyborg freaking, animated corpses are running around pushing this situation through the mind and the heart of people, trying to convince the upper dimensional authorities that is what they are. It is seen very clearly that the personality that these AI tech junkies are pushing through the temple of these purified, these powerful souls of these roses, it's not their own personality. Their own soul knows it. So they're getting the message. This is the end of their opportunity. There's no more prostitution going on. They will not be violating or degrading or desecrating the soul of these apples, these high-value women anymore. They got some high priestess or sorceress or whatever that thinks she can take it out, take this high-value woman out, and she's going for it. She's going for it. There's a mystery around the crown because of all this infidelity, these bitches out there doing sorcery on divine beings and then presenting themselves as queens. So it could be that there is a mystery regarding the crown. You have mastered yourself while these third parties were trying to destroy your soul and your mind. You, dear, are the natural born talent. Your soul is telling the shitheels that are moving shit through your mental faculty to shut the F up, because this natural talent is yours. You're a mighty light and a mighty shadow, and you are a master of the elements. And whatever your soul or your ego or your personality, you're out, for me, it's been this rejection type of a scenario that this program, this radio show, they've been kind of moving through my receiver, my transmitter receiver, and my communications device, my empathy and all that stuff that I'm picking up on. And it's nasty, man. It's nasty. But, when I woke up this morning, of course I was depressed because, when the soul tells your personality to be quiet, your soul is telling that personality that it's not claiming it. That what these programmers are running through the communications device is a personality. It's not part of you. It's a broadcasted soap opera moving through you. This personality is not you. It's something that the AI tech junkies and their sorcerers and sorceresses are pushing in on your communications system. So whatever you're feeling and whatever is moving through you, the soul says, shut up, personality. You stay over there. You belong to the mirror. So you got a lot of these assholes that have been dumping stuff into your mirror, and they're going to be held responsible for it. So your soul, at least the soul's message last night was, be quiet, personality. And they're reminding everybody that the alignment is inside. So the suggestion is to get still, close your eyes, and just connect with the soul. Because the soul is what is connected to source. And you got tech junkies shattering the heart, making chaos in the mind. They're choking people out in the throat. There's like an energetic choking going on right now. So just be aware of that. The soul is taking command and telling the mirror to stop. They're trying to block out the mirror. So don't let your this kind of stuff cause you to lose temperance. The soul is commanding the personality that is false to back off. Don't take it personally, because the soul isn't talking to you. The soul is talking to the persona that's being pushed in on your mirror, if that makes sense. Took me a little while to move through that, but this is what's happening right now. So you got these nasty sorcerers out there trying to push energy onto your soul, and your soul is saying, personality, back off, because it's not claiming the personality. It doesn't belong to the soul, and the soul is like, I'm not that, and it's reminding everybody that's connected to it that this is the connection on the inside, and what's happening here does not matter. It's the mirror that these AI tech junkies and these sorcerers are pushing shit onto. And God said that they will be held responsible for every nasty thing that they put into your mirror. So just try to hold yourself steady and listen to your soul, and don't take it personally, because that would be a big mistake. Your soul is protecting your protector and that connection with your new family that's in these different spaces, which we should be moving into soon. So your soul is protecting these connections and where you're going to, and it's telling the personality, back off, personality, be quiet, personality. That's part of the mirror. All that nasty shit is part of the mirror. And God said, you do not have to take it on. It doesn't belong to you. So it looks like we got a Knight of Pentacles who's persevering through some kind of a thing. There's some kind of a thing that they're persevering through. There's patience, perseverance, responsibility. We've got the Emperor here. They could have transformed into an Emperor because of this. They could be getting it on with an Emperor with this conflict, or they're working with an Emperor during this conflict. And they are solving the puzzle. They're remembering a deep remembrance. Like this has been going on for a long, long time. So there may be some kind of code word. Like maybe there's a code word that will sort of end this conflict or bring it or whatever. You've solved the puzzle. There's a curse. There was a curse. You've discovered the code word. You're thinking deeply about this aggression, what's going on. Eight of Swords. There's a challenge here of this isolation. This Eight of Swords. Somebody's feeling like a victim because of a page's intellect, the cleverness. We're bringing a cool down. A pause. Restoring some kind of calm. Shadow, cooling down the shadow, cooling down the shadow. So the lights are being removed from the shadow. I heard Source say the other day that those souls that were tricked into signing contracts, those souls that were abused and then coerced into signing contracts, their soul that was tricked into this contract is being released from that contract. So those lights are being removed from the shadows. And the shadow, the darkness, those who have darkness inside of them are starting to cool down, like the heat is going away. They might be watching this transformation right now. Somebody is feeling like a victim. They have paralysis. They can't move. They're like watching this transformation, this cool down. This, like the temperature is falling on the shadow. And it's strange here. I don't know. What is this? We got candles. We got some sort of contracts. Contracts with these girls. They're girls in the shadows. And there's a cool down because God's claiming them. They were tricked. They were coerced. They were punished into signing these contracts. And now they're being freed from that. So somebody's watching this happening. The light is fading in the shadows, in the shadowy places. They need to take out these divine feminines that are speaking on the truth. They're revealing everything, and they're bringing towers to everything. And these masculines are pissed. They got their witchy poos that are very skilled in this black magic or whatever, but somebody's going to try to take out this Queen of Cups. There is diligence and stability with the Page of Pentacles here. Somebody might try to make an offer. Somebody did make an offer. They betrayed you and stuck you in a 10 of Swords. You're recovering from that. And now your intuition is spot on. You have gained a lot of knowledge from this abusive situation. And you are psychic. I heard somebody say, well, I hope you had fun with this one. She's psychic. So whoever you are, you're psychic. Whatever they did to you and whatever they're doing currently is seen by everybody of, I'm thinking, the multiverse. Whoever it is, these divine beings who are here right now to support cleanup of this nasty harvesting stuff that's been happening here. With the sacrifice of the unaliving, the intentional unaliving and soul harvesting of divine beings. This is stupid and it's got to stop. The 10 of Cups is yours. You're very strong. You're courageous. We got a Page of Cups wanting to make an innocent offer of love to a rose. They're looking to harvest with the 7 of Pentacles. They might be trying to offer you drinks. Maybe they're making an offer to a rose who's coming into a harvest because she survived and found the core of the problem with the key people of this bedroom trash that they've been broadcasting throughout the universe. You know, and we got these women that they don't look, they're very nasty, and you got this purity. You're pure, and they want your position, you know, but they're real, like total opposite of you. They got a lot of skills and stuff. They're real nasty and clever, but they're mean as hell. So things are falling apart. So this is what happened. You had a 10 of Cups, and you were very, very strong, okay, in the past. We got a page that came up and made a love offer to a rose, right? To a rose, a beautiful rose, and then things fell apart. They turned your world upside down because they wanted to make a harvest, or maybe this is what their intention is. So they want to invite you out for drinks, or maybe this has been discovered and they are drinking because you came into your reward anyway, when maybe things are falling apart because you're still here. Ace of Pentacles, prosperity. You have discovered the core of the problem, the key people of this trashy prostitution business. You know, making divine beings, these sweet little girls, look like whores, and they've been cycling us through like this forever. So you found the key problem here, and these masculines are real pissed about it. They are real pissed. And they need to take out these divine feminines and let their nasty little sorceresses step in, right? Because they got to have an evil bitch on their side. They can't have this purity in control of stuff because purity is kicking them out. They got to get the F out. I heard somebody tell them last night, go ahead and say goodbye to everybody and everything that you ever loved. And I guess they're saying goodbye because there's a cool down here. And they're really mad. They think it's the survival of the roses and their counterparts that is making this happen. You know, because they've been broadcasting out these stupid, nasty shows. They've been getting the divine feminine when they're children in this shadowy place. And they've been getting them to sign contracts, and they've been molesting them and turning them into these and then telling the whole universe that that's what they are, and they're undeserving of advancement. So their advancement goes to somebody else while the rose is sacrificed and everything falls apart. It's crap. Attacked. So Ace of Pentacles here, we've got stability. Yes, you are, you have an opportunity here. You found out the core of the problem, the key people in this bedroom trash. We've got attacked. They could be getting attacked. They might being attacked by this shadow, by the jaguar, by the underworld, whatever you want to call it. They could be getting taken out. Queen of Cups, there's a tower here. Your emotional balance is bringing a tower to these people. There's divine intervention regarding the revelation of the performers that have been singing your soul song. They've been giving praise with your soul energy while they've been dumping dark shit, dark, nasty shit into your energy. They're being laid to rest. They're being taken out. They're being unalive. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Don't take it personally. I'm telling this. I'm saying it again to remind myself. Don't take it personally when your ego tells the identity, the personality to back off, because it belongs to the mirror. And we got a lot of deep level soul business happening right now. So even you maybe should start telling your personality to back off. Recognize it for what it is. It's a mirror. It's a projection, and it's trying to move through you. But it doesn't belong to you. It's not yours. Your personality is right here. Your personality is the soul. All of this other stuff is a projection. Just remember that. Anything that sounds other than I love me, and I love my helpers, I love my protectors, I love God, I love Goddess, I love the earth, I love everything in it. Anything that sounds other than that is a projection of these shadowy characters who leached themselves into your consciousness somehow. So we got a Two of Swords, stalemate here, and a Five of Pentacles, a hardship, a material loss, and scarcity for a forgotten person. Somebody from the past who has been harvesting you and living a life of jolly good wellness. Yes, jolly good wellness for jolly good Joe. Oh. In the past, again, you knew this person from some kind of a religious facility. This could have been somebody that you trusted that wound up sacrificing you. So now they're going to be getting scarcity because of what this forgotten person did to you in the past. You are healing. You are a healer. You're a fantastic healer. You bring abundant healing, and you have abundant wisdom. Your soul knows this, and you got these nasty jacks out there trying to push in a personality that does not belong to you. They're trying to frame you as being unsettled or chaotic. So the soul was given out a reminder last night. Back off, personality. This is the alignment. Back off, personality. This is the alignment. Try to get out of your head. Try to get out of your head. Because you'll mess everything up if you go with the flow that the AI tech junkie is trying to push into you. It's better to just get still, close your eyes, and connect within and everybody that is connected with you here, because that's the truth. Your ego may buck and holler and cry and say, "Oh, why not me? I'm perfect." Well, no, that's the AI junkie trying to mess with your emotions and drive you. Magician. So we got justice here. There's legal matters. Somebody rolled the dice. Somebody's taken a leap of faith. We got a magician. You might be manifesting something. There's justice here. The Hierophant could be the Most High God working his creator, natural creation ability. They're not out there doing some low-level, baneful magic. This is the actual creator coming out here, silencing the personality. They are responsible for everything they're dumping into that mirror. So the Hierophant here is here, silencing the personality. And helping you to come into alignment with the actual connection of soul. So tell your ego to just go grab a tissue. Grab a freaking tissue, because the sun is resurrecting you. The sun is resurrecting you. This personality is not who you are. The soul is who you are. You've survived. You are identifiable, and you've been resurrected. So there's a rebirth here. And there's a whole circle of folks uneasy because you have a mighty shield. You are armored up. They want forgiveness for leaving you stranded, for abandoning you, and then abusing you, trying to consume the entirety of your beautiful, powerful soul. Your purity. The purity of your soul, the personality of your soul, your identity is not the personality. Please try to get that through your head. I'm going to start reading the 4 agreements of Don Miguel Ruiz just so that we can have that on the video here. So the Hierophant is silencing people. He's bringing his creator, his magnificent magi skills of creation and generation, and he's undoing a community. He's bringing silence, and he's flipping a whole community of people who have been driving their own personality into your identity. Back off, personality. The soul identity is here. This is where the connection is. Back off, personality. So right now they're trying to frame people as being the personality when it's not that. It's the soul. Please do your work. And get connected. So get tempered. Get tempered. You are the divine feminines. You have been kept in darkness for a long time. You've earned your wings by creating temperance within your masculine and your feminine. Perhaps you and your person are tempered together. You've got your wings. While you were in the dark, you were made a saint, and the children are gathering you. You're wearing your white robes. You're magnificent. You're a caretaker. You're a high freaking priestess. You're the caretaker. You're the caretaker of this secret garden. And there's death here. There's endings. It could be that there was a death. Maybe you were sacrificed. Maybe you are the high priestess caretaker. Maybe you are the gift. Yes, there was a death. And you are temperance. So there's an offering of balance. And maybe that was an offer of balance in the past. This death here. There was so they used you for your temperance energy. So there's an offering of balance in the history. It could be that you were sacrificed long ago and that you have been rediscovered, and that these AI tech junkies are trying to cram a personality into your mental body when your identity is your soul. So just remember, what's happening here is not your identity. It's a personality that an outside source is trying to cast an illusion that you are. Command your mind. Tell the personality to back off. Align with the soul identity. And don't get all butthurt about it. The teachers are making their move, or they're helping you to make your move. You're playing the game of flippy floppy. So the teachers are helping you make your move. So yes, for healing and abundance of the mind. So you're bringing a healing to the mental body, there's an abundance here. And these AI tech junkies have been forcing a personality into your mental body and then claiming that you were that. You're not that. You are the soul identity. Try to make the separation. Try to make the separation. Because right now they're out there trying, in this Passover, whatever, they're trying to convince everybody that you are the personality. That is not so. The soul is telling the personality to back off. Your sweet, beautiful soul is telling this nastiness that they're trying to push in on you as a personality to back off. So please heed the direction of the imagination, the childlike mind. You're very strong. You have a childlike mind, an innocent mind. They say that you have the mind of an apprentice. So regardless of your age, you're always picking up knowledge. You're learning as much as you can about as much as you can. And it could be that you were a sacrifice here as this rabbit. You could have been going through cycle after cycle of this scenario, and they've been messing with your mind forever. And because your mind is so strong, well, what's this? This is an upside down card. So the gatekeepers, so this card was upside down. So because your mind is so strong, the gatekeepers no longer have an opinion. Their opinion no longer matters. In the secret garden, you have held patience while you were stranded, while you were abused, while they were pushing in personalities that did not belong to you. Your identity is here. They're trying to shatter your heart and gain access to this soul and dump in hate. Your identity is here. The personality is not the soul identity. Please understand that. Do not claim everything that moves through your mind. It's critical. They want forgiveness for leaving you stranded. You have a mighty armor, a mighty shield. And look at this. This is upside down. Your mighty armor is flipping them upside down. Their whole world is coming undone because of the mighty armor that this Hierophant has for you, or that maybe you are the Hierophant. But I got the Emperor here. You got the Hierophant here. Queen of Cups here. Very weary. This is this is the final rock bottom. You are healing. You're in recovery mode. You gained a lot of knowledge. You were at rock bottom where everybody was feeding on you and driving personalities into you, and now your soul has picked up the research. And I was laying there the other night after this kind of stuff that was going through the mind. It was chaos, and it was painful mental magic. And after they called me a mutant, and my soul started busting out laughing, because the soul would never call herself a mutant. So we're laughing, and the spell is broke, and then I hear my soul say, I despise this kind of research. It hurts, man, to find out the truth of what they're pushing in, this personality, this mental madness. It's the truth of it is that they're trying to make you be seen as that. But please remember, this identity is here. It's not what they're trying to make you believe. The identity is here, and your soul personality is far different than what they're trying to make you and everybody believe about you. There's a whole circle here that is uneasy because of your rebirth. Look, the sun, the lion, the daughter of the lion, the sun has found you and lifted you, raised you up, and is bringing life to you. You are being rebirthed, reborn, and you're going to sit here and hold boundaries. Maybe you're inspired. Maybe whatever you learned while you were in darkness, suffering, has gained you wisdom and skills to bring security to the boundaries. Maybe people are inspired by the boundaries that you are bringing to your own soul. You got to claim the identity of the soul, not the personality that this world is pushing in on you and programming you with and trying to convince the universal councils that you are. No, tap into the identity, the true identity. And don't let the ego cry about it. Piss off, crybaby. Okay? So this religious kind of stuff, is that we've been sleeping through, it's fleeting. So whatever that is, this religion kind of dum dum dum, it's fleeting. Maybe you're waking up and you are listening and you are speaking up. So you have source connection. So this religious stuff that you were sacrificed in long ago and kept through this cycle of this stupid rabbit in a hole kind of crap, yeah, now you're source connected and you're listening and you are speaking up about it. You're sharing the wisdom that the Most High is sharing with you, so you could be in connection with the Hierophant, with the Most High. And this information that you're sharing about self-care, about how you got through it in the past lives, is helping nurture and support other people. The things that you learned in isolation have earned you protection and joy. You're going to get joy because you remain grounded in love. So these nasties that keep trying to dump in a personality of hate, this confusion and stuff, yeah, they want you to be seen as their mask. But it's not you. You have revealed the masks. You loved the masks. You loved them. Look at this. It's got a little devil on it. Got a little devil on it. You loved them. And they drove their personality into you and made you be seen as their chaos. But if you meditate, and not even meditation, I don't even like that word because I just don't like it. So source connection doesn't require anything to do with the mind. You're not connecting in the mind. You're not connecting on the divine on your mind. You're getting quiet and you're connecting with the identity of the soul, and then you're connecting with the support system of that, right? The family of that soul. And so you got to close your eyes. All you got to do is close your eyes and just breathe for a while. And just let things go quiet. There's no real big thing. There are some vocal meditations out there I like a lot that have chanting and whatnot, that you can get the vibration of your own vocal cords and you can move them into the temple, and you can like transmute and bust up a lot of dense negativity and darkness with that. There are some that are really good. I got on my blog, I have like a page or something, rather than a post, that shows like 5 different of my favorites. So the Knight of Pentacles is here. Persevering patiently. They're there with the Emperor. Maybe they have transformed into an Emperor. Or they're working with an Emperor. They're dedicated, reliable, leadership. And we've got this competition here, though. So they've solved the puzzle. They're solving the puzzle of this betrayal. So the betrayal of the rose. So the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Knights, they're all here dealing with this deep betrayal of the divine feminines. It could be there's a Knight dealing with this Emperor, and they are sticking it to each other with this 5 of Swords in this competition. I don't know. Maybe they're being aggressive with each other. Maybe the Knight has discovered that this Emperor is a 5 of Swords person. They discovered that this Emperor was in competition with you, Empress, perhaps. Or maybe they're working with it. We'll just see how it goes. The challenge is we got trapped, 8 of Swords, and intellect. Somebody trapped, intellect. Trapped, 8 of Swords, intellect. Paralysis. Anxiety, fear, all of this. Intellect. There's going to be a cool down in the shadow. Because those lights, those contracts that were coerced or commanded or somehow manipulated are going to be released. Those souls will be released. They don't get to keep those souls. Their standards are too low. Their effort is too little. And they're going to lose, the shadow is going to lose these contracts, these divine feminines, these young girls that they contracted. Because they were false contracts. they were traps. So the Page of Pentacles is here, stable and diligent, you know, making this investment into creating an opportunity for a transition through a Ten of Swords freaking rock bottom loss. You're in a Four of Swords now. You're resting, you're recovering, you're recharging. You've gained a lot of knowledge. You're a psychic. Your intuitive mind is online. You gained all this knowledge, and because you survived, all of the knowledge that you have accrued while in these spaces is known and seen. You're tired. You're weary. These folks will not be consuming your soul. They will not be destroying your soul. A divine masculine of an unknown identity stated, her soul is weary. You will not be destroying this soul. So, you know, I mean, we got upper dimensional divine beings here throughout potentially the whole multiverse that's connected through this fabric of life. And there's a lot of very powerful, skillful people here. And we got some folks in this particular realm that think that they are greater than that. It's really incredible because this woman who is recovering now is seen, known, and identified by all of them. And these nasties, they're in trouble, man. She's the main character. She's glowed up. Glowed up is the best revenge, honey. You're coming through a comeback, transformation, coming through a comeback. Don't let your ego get hurt when your soul starts reprimanding it, okay? Because the first thing that ran through my head when I woke up, wow, it's really shitty when your soul rejects your own personality. But the realization is that the soul is your personality. It is your identity. And what you think you are right now is just a projection. It's a mirror. It's so important that you realize that. You're not what people say you are. Absolutely not. Unless it's really good. So you got the Ten of Cups here as beautiful wealth. You're very strong. You got the lion on your back. You're the lion's daughter. And the lion had to pull you up out of this death realm and then resurrect you. So you're very strong and compassionate. We've got innocent. You could be innocent. There's an innocent cup of love. For the rose that made things fall apart, it could be that the innocent love of a rose is making things fall apart, or that somebody spied your Ten of Cups and your strength, and this page made a love offer and then sacrificed a rose and flipped you upside down. They could have flipped you upside down, this page. They thought they were clever. They thought they conquered your soul because you tried to love them. Things fell apart. And it ain't cute. So you can't glow if you won't let go. So things fell apart. So we got let go. You letting go of the dead weight. These pages, these immature schwanksters have been unaliving their wives or their sexual partners. And then you've been carrying around the dead weight of their immaturity. And they've been forcing their stupid personality into your mind. And you have far succeeded them. You're a Ten of Cups, strength, carrying the lion on your own freaking shoulders. And you got this page getting along in life by unaliving the strong women and harvesting their soul. You're getting rid of the dead weight. Not everyone gets a ticket to your next season. You're allowed to outgrow people. You have evolved through the suffering and you are weary, but these upper dimensional divine beings who can see who you are and what is happening to you, they're very aware of what they're dumping into your body when you're sleeping. They're very aware of what this personality they're trying to project into your mind, and your soul is starting to speak up and saying, back off, personality. The connection is here. The connection is here. The connection is here. The soul, not the projection. It's important. It's critical. So you persevered through some kind of this nasty attack, this sacrifice or whatever. Somebody could be drinking. Somebody might want to invite you out for drinks. Your ex is not an unfinished project. Somebody wants to invite you out for drinks. Your ex is not an unfinished project. He keeps trying to rewrite the story. This stupid page. So immature. So freaking vicious. Malicious. This immature masculine is so freaking vicious and malicious. They have black in their soul. And they need to offload it. They need to put the dead weight on you, divine feminine. They need your life to fall apart. Rose, stay away from these people, man. It's being cleared out. Getting married right now, and it's so sad to me. I saw a woman get married. She looked so happy, but the intention was obvious. The one she married had intention of harvesting her. God is not going to let him have that energy or that soul value. This piece of shit is seen very clearly. So we got, yeah, they're looking in. They want to come in for a 7 of Pentacles. They want to harvest a reward. They want to invite you out for drinks. Look, it's over, man. It's closure. It's dead weight. You're dead weight. You can't come forward. There's no rewriting this story. Your pain is not content. They've been tapping into the minds of the Rose who have direct source connection and then pretending that they have source connection. These are low-level parasitical entities, schwankstering everybody, dripping around the freaking world with their nastiness. Trash. They're trash. They trap a Rose. These pages, these immature men trap a Rose, dump all their nasty dead weight onto them. The dead weight. The weight of the dead that they have dedicated themselves to because they worship death. They've been making you carry around the weight of the dead for a long time, for centuries. And they've been calling you trash because they've been violating your sexuality. They've been desecrating everything pure. These immature, nasty pieces of shit. Calling themselves men. Oh, but I'm sweet. Oh, but I'm sweet. Come on, let's go have drinks. Let me get you drunk. You'll never see. You'll think I'm clever. Oh yeah, honey, you'll think I'm fucking clever. Ace of Pentacles. You're coming into a reward. You are stable because you have found the core problem, the key people of this worthless, freaking trashy waste. These stupid little pimps. Hey, pimp. Are you having fun? We got attacked. Looks like the underworld's coming after you. Looks like you're getting eaten up during this Passover season because the core of the problem and the key people have been discovered. Oh, yes. You may have thought she was dead, honey. You may have thought she was down and freaking out. But did you really think that those who were going to war against you, Nasty Jack, did not have their own plan of resurrection and gaining the information from true psychics? That's funny. Everything they did, everything they put into the mirror, and everything they're trying to put into the mirror right now, this false personality, this argumentative rejection, this hate-filled bullshit artist, that's not you. Get pissed off at it. Don't get pissed off at your soul connections. It'll be a big mistake. Embrace the identity of the soul. Reject the perception of the personality. It's not yours. It's a mirror. Everything out there is a mirror. Everything in here is the truth. Everything running in through here is not necessarily yours. It's part of the projection. Please remember that. Your glow up is the best revenge. Your confidence, your transformation, your acknowledgement and awareness that the personality is not your identity. And it's the identity that is in source connection. It's not the words that are spoken from the mind and the mouth in a church saying, oh, I'm so holy. No, God is in here. Your soul identity is here. And she's so sweet. Don't go breaking my heart. I wouldn't if I tried. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Kick that personality bitch to the freaking curb, man. That bitch doesn't belong in your head. Okay? It's not a twin flame. It's a fire hazard. You are not mistaking chaos for passion. Chaos is not passion. This trashy bedroom scene, this pornography pimp business of these nasty freaking jacks, that's not passion. They're getting attacked by the jaguar. The underworld could be coming for them. For pimping you out, Rose. For trying to force in this nasty freaking projection of a personality that does not belong on you. This heart-shattering, last night's thing. Heart-shattering is not a souvenir that we're keeping. It's going in the freaking fire. These people who are shattering your heart and trying to lay in their black nastiness, their dead weight. They want you to carry the weight of the dead. They want you to give them your light. And your light is your soul. Your soul is your true identity. Don't give it up. It's connected to source. This projection personality is not yours. It's not connected to source. It's connected to chaos. It will F you up if you start believing it as a real thing. Glow ups do not come with filters. Healing and recognizing this nastiness is ugly sometimes. It's very challenging. Connect with the soul identity. Tell the personality to back off. It doesn't belong here. It's a projection by AI tech junkies trying to harvest your soul. They're getting attacked by the underworld right now. Jaguar is having a snack. The Queen of Cups is bringing a tower to these people who were performing her own soul song. They're being laid to rest. And yes, it sucks, but no, you're not dying. You're just gonna go silent. He owes you nothing but silence. So the Hierophant owes these women that have been stealing the light of other people's souls and then singing that song like it belonged to them. They're losing everything. He owes them. God owes them nothing but silence. And yes, it's really ugly. It sucks really bad. But no, they're not dying. They're just going to have to give it a rest, man. Stop trying to sing other people's soul songs. It doesn't belong to you. God, it's so freaking ugly. The way they twist it and make it ugly and they get up there and they gyrate on the stage and freaking stuff a microphone down their freaking mouth like it's a phallus. It's so sick. They take the rose's soul, light, and then they perform in a nasty freaking way. Twisting the signature of the energy, the identity. God owes them nothing but silence, and you're going to get it because these ones are going to stop singing your soul song and they're going to stop making it look like they're a freaking prostitute on stage, jerking off or jacking off or spreading their legs and humping the air for thousands of people in the audience. With your energy, with your soul energy. And then they have this nasty trash shit, this bedroom crap that they do, the girls in the shadows. And they try to tell the Most High that that's what they are. Oh no, this was abuse, this was nasty, and their souls are gonna be freed from those contracts. You can believe it, because it was said by the Most High. Actually, it was said by the criminal who was complaining that they were told that they were losing the souls that they had coerced or crammed or jammed or forced into contract somehow. There's a cool down because the light of these souls is being freed from those contracts because they wanted to keep the bar down here. They didn't want these beautiful, powerful women to rise. They wanted to keep them as their bedroom trash, as the womb that they could draw forth energy, the eternal life of power from, connected to all things. It was their cheat, their scam. And these little girls did not understand. So, this manipulation. So we got a Two of Swords here. Somebody doesn't know what to do about this hardship, this Five of Pentacles. There's a forgotten person here, an old friend of the past. This is a religious person who wanted to romanticize their own damn life. by sacrificing beautiful women, beautiful roses, beautiful 10 of cups, strong people. And then they told the world that that's what they were. They gave a little bit of it to their Jezebel, and then they ran around thinking themselves fabulous, right? Well, the Hierophant's here, bringing justice. Justice is here. We're taking a leap of faith with this magician, with this manifestation. This magician could be exhausted. There is somebody's exhausted watching your reruns, the reruns of the lifetime story of the Earth woman. Every nasty thing that they did to you, Rose, from the beginning to the end. This nasty bedroom trash, this nasty freaking snuff, whatever. These terrible torturous endings for your life. Yeah, they're watching it because all of it's coming back on them. Every single thing they did to you will be done to them. And they're trying to force in this personality right now filled with this hate, this rejection, this anger toward God. And the soul came online last night, at least for me, and said, back off, personality. The connection is here. Back off, personality. The connection is here. And your connection is so cute. She's so freaking beautiful, so loving, so gracious. And that's truly who you are. You're not this person who was left alone for centuries by yourself without a protector, a guide, a guardian, anybody who wanted to love you at all. And you had to come into your masculine energy and learn how to protect yourself. And maybe you didn't do so well. Maybe you got a lot of freaking soul wounds and stuff. But your soul is still vibrant. I'll tell you what, because they were trying to break my heart. They shattered my heart chakra yesterday. It was terrible. Man, it was terrible. And the next thing I know, I'm looking in the mirror and I see my soul singing a song. Don't go breaking my heart. I wouldn't if I tried. And I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. And all of a sudden, the pain went away. It's like she came and she healed the pain. And she was talking last night saying, back off, personality. Because that is somebody trying to come in and override the identity of the soul with its malicious things. You got to be aware of that if you want to protect your soul. You got to let the soul speak. The soul is the one that's connected to source. The soul is the one that is sweet. The soul is the one that is the healer. The soul is the one with all of this strength and this beautiful heart, love, abundance. The flesh has been carrying around a lot of dead weight from these nasty, immature, red-rumming thieves, calling themselves men, calling themselves lovers. It's nasty. It's really, really nasty. They've been using you to transfer their shit into, and the soul is no longer accepting it. And my ego, I gotta be honest, my ego is like, but, and the soul's like, no, no. And even now, my heart kind of hurts a little bit because of the damages that these nasty freaking sorcerers are doing out there. It's really sickening. So the Hierophant is here restoring balance and inner peace by making this community go silent. There is silence being created. This community is going south node. They're being flipped on their head. Because Rose, when you were sacrificed in the past and you were forced to carry the dead's weight, these animated corpses are running around out there filled with your light. And things fell apart for you. Things fell apart for the world. But you're going to release that dead weight and they don't get to come forward with you. The Hierophant or the Most High God or whatever you want to look at that as is bringing silence and putting this community of torturers into South Node. These shadows, these shadowy people that wanted to keep the bar low. They wanted to keep us in peasantry, in this trashy mentality. The Roses, binding them in contracts when they're little girls, marrying them to sorcerers at the age of 9 or whatever the hell, trapping their purity. So in this darkness, and then having their freaking womb of power used for their own magical sorcery or whatever. So they wanted to keep the bar low on divine feminine. They wanted to keep divine trashy. So there's a cool down because I heard them complaining recently that those contracts are null and void. They were not proper contracts. They wanted them to be kept in this trashy situation, and that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. God's not going to let that happen. So we got unfollow equals self-care. You can't heal while stalking his Instagram. You got to let him go. He's whacking your mind with this false personality, this false projection. This isn't you. It's a manipulation against your soul to F up your mental body, your temperance, and to get you to be seen as though you're uncontrolled, that you cannot manage yourself, that you're just obsessing over him like he's the greatest thing in the world. This is an immature person who is trying to sacrifice your soul. This whole community is being flipped upside down. There is unfollow. You cannot heal in the place that hurt you. That whole community has got to go away. There's some professional situationship advice. We could be investing in therapy. There's got to be some healing, some wisdom about what has occurred here. This manipulation to the beautiful, vibrant soul identity of these roses, these innocent and pure 10 of Cups, vibrantly strong. They know you can handle the weight of the world. That's why they get you. That's why they trap you. That's why they force you to carry the weight of the dead. You are a Christed being, and you are a master alchemist. You're a royal, and they've been forcing you to carry the shame and the blame of their own filth for a long time by projecting it in on you as a personality. It's not. That's the mirror. It doesn't belong here. It's an AI stream of Hulu, Voodoo, freaking Wi-Fi, soap operas, radio shows, a personality. It's not yours. Please remember that. Your identity is here with the soul. And whatever you've learned here is going to help others to align with source connection, belonging to the soul. It doesn't belong here. People out there talking words, dressing up fine, in their Sunday best. Yeah, that's not it, okay? That's not it. These guys are saying, love don't pay the rent. Your bank account said no before the universe did. Your bank account said no before the universe did. Their priorities were money. They did not want love. They said love don't pay the rent. They threw love in the trash, and they found out that the more they brutalized it, the more the devil paid them. And now they're obsessing. Because love is the only thing that supports life. And now they're like, oh shit. Yeah, well, they're like, refresh. All the money's coming out of that wallet. And they're like, no, refresh. And we got the universe don't take X back request. Absolutely not. And their heart is freaking broken. He promised me I could keep her forever. All I had to do was hurt her real good. And she would stay down. Sometimes it's just bad decisions, buddy. And girl, blocking is free. Stop giving idiots spiritual credit. If they wanted to, they would. Period. They're just out there fucking with your mind, trying to create chaos as a personality for your mind, to separate you from your soul identity and to cast the illusion that this is you. It's crazy. God didn't ghost you. He blocked him for you. Get over it. Learn how to say no. There's nothing hotter. So silence is an answer too. Mixed signals is clear answers. These mixed signals are clear answers. He's messing with your head. He's messing with this personality that he wants to cast the illusion to the world that you are. And the more he can mess it up, the more tears he can cause you to fall, the more he can run around and tell his bros he conquered you. He can play you like a fiddle. Delete them and reclaim your peace. Heartbreak souvenirs are not worth keeping. Burn it. They're casting a lot of heart shattering into the heart space. Burn that shit. And messy does not mean powerless. They tried to say because you're messy on the outside didn't mean that you had supreme spiritual hygiene. These lackeys cannot see anything divine. They don't understand it because it was never in them, and it never will be again because you're being removed from the scenario. God don't mind messy. Forests are messy. Look at what forests do. There is mess all the time. Girl, as long as your inner divine is doing the work, what the outside looks like doesn't matter as long as you're not being a hoarder and mold is growing from dishes that have been on your counter for 3 months or whatever. So you have stopped romanticizing crumbs. These people have taken all of your strength, all of your 10 of cups, all of your abundance, and they stuck you in a 10 of swords. And they stuck you in a 10 of swords while burdening you with the weight of their entire dead family. They're walking around in animated corpses on your soul value, your light. They've been sucking it out of you for a long time. And you're done romanticizing crumbs because healing isn't authentic. It's awkward. It's awkward. It's a struggle. It's ugly. So you're done settling for crumbs. This person is a fake. This person is a fraud. They've been trying to mimic you, wearing your energy. They've been trying to tap into your mind, saying that their soul is connected. And then they're twisting the messaging because they don't have the capacity to interpret it correctly. They use charm and filters and fraud and scenarios, scripts. Now they can't sleep. God was speaking very clearly. They were leaving you alone, lifetime after lifetime, punishing you, treating you like trash, broadcasting your suffering throughout the world as though you were in agreement with it. They were talking, but they were snoozing about you. And now, the best filter you'll ever wear is here. Self-love looks good on you. You barely survived. Could be that whoever you're with, whoever you're connected to, has barely survived. And now you're getting a glow up and it looks real great on you. So we got, not every soul tie is forever. The law of attraction ain't laziness, hun. They're losing signal. They're losing signal because you're not recycling chaos like plastic bottles. These plastic personalities that are lazy and they siphon other people's messaging and they just run around like they're that. No, they're losing signal. The signal never belonged to them. They were tapping into the minds of divine feminines that they were connected to through gigolo pimp. So you're not recycling it anymore. And we've got accountability. They will be forced to be held accountable. They have to accept responsibility for what they've done. They have to accept responsibility for managing their own internal mechanism, their own soul alignment. And your pain is not content. Apparently these folks are freaking out on Twitter and whatnot. They're spazzing out on social media. They're like, stop, stop, stop. And they are realizing that their comfort zone was a trap. They got comfortable abusing you, divine feminine. They got comfortable performing orgies and freaking slashy trash bedroom scenes and wearing your face and your energy and then producing films and broadcasting out through the universe like you were that. Oh, she wasn't accepting what she was doing as her own stuff. She was laying the energy onto the divine. But now you are the main character. No one's coming to steal your spotlight, hun. No matter how many attacks you take to the heart, no matter how many personalities they try to force into your psyche, nobody is coming to take your light. And they need to let go already because they're a bunch of trash. And they're stingy with love. They're stingy with snacks. They're stingy with everything. And you're letting them go. It's like, let go already, you freaking selfish jackwagons. But there's a whole bunch of red ramming masculines and their feminines out there right now. They're seriously, that's just all they're doing right now, is they are strategizing the sacrifice, the unaliving of these very valuable roses who have been elevated into positions of authority. So they're going to get everything that they ask. They were giving you the bare minimum. You are not on clearance. Look, dots don't mean devotion. They never liked you. They never loved you. They were sworn to protect you, but they were not devoted. They just left you there in this digital world of this trashy scene. So now they're losing the signal, and it was sober them that did it. They did it soberly. They knew what they were doing. So now, congratulations, they sponsored the circus, and now it's time for them to go learn spiritual hygiene. Because everything that these fake version of you and their cohort did is being retrograded back onto them. They're going to experience every foul thing they did to you. And you got this high priestess or whatever the hell she is working with the curator right now, come to try to take you out with her mastery. May she be recognized, and may it be instantly put upon her own soul. Bitch, fuck off. So there's a knight here, persevering with authority. We got the emperor. They were chewing it up. They found the resolution. They found what was going on. There was some kind of a competition here, some kind of a backstabbing. So we've got a knight of pentacles who is persevering very patiently through this this emperor bringing hardship. There's an authority here bringing hardship, a 5 of swords. He has solved the puzzle. This knight of pentacles has solved the puzzle regarding this emperor who backstabbed the rose. Wow. The emperor backstabbed the rose. How about that? Left you there trapped and isolated. They may be feeling restricted due to your transformation. They could be curious about that, this page, but there is a cool down in the shadow. These young girls who were cajoled, what is that? Is that the right word? Convinced. They were forced, whatever, to sign these stupid contracts. Yeah, so those soul contracts are now null and void because those soul contracts were holding them at a standard too low for their soul. These girls are going to soar higher than their contracted expectations. They're going to be freed from that contract. And they're turning their back. They're turning their back on these immature men who kept lowering the bar. They wanted to be filthy scum rats lurking in the shadows of this damp freaking alley. You're turning your back on them. Piss off. They wanted to lower your standards. See, they were trying to get these women into these contracts to lower their standards. These high value roses that they kept sacrificing, they wanted them in the devil's ground. But they're being released from that. It was a false contract. You guys are a bunch of nasty jacks, man. Nasty freaking jacks. I can't believe you. Can't believe you. So they're turning their back. You're turning your back. They were contracting the little girls to lower their standards and to use them as bedroom trash. Well, they were never that, and they're being released from that, while those who tried to trap them in that are getting attacked. Because chaos is not chemistry, and it will not be living here in the future, it looks like. The illusions are broken. They're not going to be bringing you any more danger. They're not going to be able to stalk you anymore. They're running. Your glow up is the best revenge. They are running. They're so angry. They can't get you to eat up this projected personality. They can't get you to accept it. They can't get you to wear the hate and then dump it into your soul connections. And that's what it is. So they want to break the heart. They want to dump in hate. They layer the heart and the solar plexus with black energy. It feels like it sucks the love right out of everything. It's really bad. And the love and the light. And then they start running this chaos through the mind. And then before you know it, you could risk going into some kind of a manic mode. So just be aware of the symptoms and recognize the interference and don't claim it. Don't claim it. It hurts the soul. It hurts the mind. It hurts the heart. It hurts really bad. But the heartbreak isn't yours. And the heartbreak that they've been feeding beautiful souls for centuries is not a souvenir that we're going to be keeping. It's going away. Those people who are causing this kind of break in a soul, in a heart, they're going away. You're the queen bee. You got the 10 of Cups. You've got this strength. You're the daughter of the lion. A page of Cups came up and made you a small offer, Rose, and then things fell apart. They forced you to carry dead weight, and now they do not get a ticket into your future. You're the queen bee. You've evolved into a queen bee, and there is freedom here. Everything that they had ever said about you, everything that they ever pushed in on you, this personality, this hate, all of that is a transfer. It's a projection. It's a magical illusion. It does not align with your soul identity. Please connect to your soul identity. It's the only real thing you got. So we've got 7 of Pentacles here. You're perseverant. You persevered. You're coming into a reward. Somebody is drinking themselves to death. They're trying to rewrite the story. This punk ass Page is trying to rewrite the story. This side hustling punk Page is trying to rewrite the story. It flopped. Stop editing the story that flopped, hustler. It's over. The queen bee is getting her reward. And they're still trying to break the heart and shatter all that. And what they're doing right now is it's worse, because they were commanded to treat you respectfully, and that they were told there was a protection order on you, and they've been violating these commands over and over and over again. They will be consumed, most likely by this cat. Romance. So Ace of Pentacles here. You've grown. You are stable here. So somebody was making money off of this bedroom trash of these girls that were forced into contracts to serve this low vibrational pimp business. They wanted divine feminines to be seen as whores. So they trapped them in these false contracts. You found the core of the problem. The key people, they're being attacked by this jaguar, by the underworld. They're being claimed during this Passover, perhaps, because this chaos that these jackasses have been dumping into the minds and the waters of divine feminines is not love. The illusion is broken in all of these romantic connections. Queen of Cups is here, emotionally balanced. There's a deep understanding here and a nurturing happening, but what you can't heal in the place that broke you. So there's a big tower to all of those who had been consuming the soul or the light of the body. They've been draining you and then singing your soul song with a twist, with a gyrate on stage before millions of people humping the air like they're just trash, man. And they've been doing it with your energy. Isn't that lovely? They've been trying to mimic your soul song, and now they're being laid to rest. And no, they're not dying. Yes, it sucks, but that's just the way it goes, because God doesn't owe them anything but silence. They got to go silent. They can't tap into the mind of others anymore. They can't tap into their light. This is bad. What they did was very, very bad. It was heinous, and it was forbidden. So they're drinking to cope. We got a Two of Swords here. Stalemate. Somebody's trying to avoid hardship. They're at the crossroads. They're having poverty now for a forgotten person. This person doesn't know what to do because of the hardship that they put on you while abandoning you. They took all of your stuff, all of your strength, all of your love, all of your beauty, all of your 10 of cups. They sacrificed you. You came back through a resurrection, a rebirth, a new baby girl or boy, and then they signed you up in this low vibrational contract of the shadows, and then they used you as bedroom trash, cycle after cycle after cycle. Your soul was disconnected. Your chariot, your Merkaba, your light body was dismantled by these magicians. You had blockages all over the place, and they were using you like trash, and they were casting this illusion. You may not even know about these things that they did to you because it was done to your soul that had been disconnected from source. Or no, your soul wasn't disconnected from source, but your mind, your heart, there was like big blockages on the heart. So those who were mimicking your soul essence and then singing songs in praise, they were not singing with your energy. They were singing as you. They were trying to be seen as you while they were projecting in on you this personality and this trashy energy of a bedroom whore. So there, you knew them in the past, some religious thing. They are romanticizing their own life. They thought it would be great. They were sending, look, love messages, third-party love messaging to twin flames. So but they're out there. Stop waiting. Romanticize your own life, right? Because these assholes, that's what they do. So they're out there sending love messages, third-party enemies, to twin flames. They could be sending love messages as though they are twin flames, but they're not. They are the trap. The side hustling trap. Justice is going to be served. You're taking a leap of faith. This magician is exhausted watching your reruns. They knew. Oh, and they're rejected. You rejected them. There's denial. They're like, I love you, I love you. They're like, no, I didn't do this to you. I love you, I love you. They have to accept accountability. They have been rejected by the Hierophant, by the Most High. He's here silencing everybody. He's flipping this community upside down. And they're being unfollowed. Because you can't heal in the same environment that broke you or tried to break you. And you could be giving situationship advice. We got Divine Masculine. There could be situationship advice. You might be investing in therapy. There's some healing, some wisdom, some growth. So like, I don't know, Divine Masculine, true Divine Masculine might be pulling the roses that are identifiable away from these pages, these sorcerer pages, these wizards or whatever, and then giving them some advice about prayer, about source connection. Those who are about reckless sex are going to the police station for spiritually hijacking the beloved child of the Most High and then mimicking them. They got shocking news that they're not happy about. They're in regret, massive regrets, feeling like shit. Because you're still getting your wish. You're still getting your wish. We're closing the cycle with this fairy tale, this illusionist, this projectionist, this yo-yo who keeps trying to broadcast personalities into your mental body when your identity is your soul. You are not the mind. That is an AI, freaking Wi-Fi, sorcerer, focused projection. They love to do that. So now those who are happily single and leaving you single, leaving you hot and cold, off and on, detached, ghosted, yeah, they're getting blocked. Stay there. Stay there. They didn't want any strings with this divine feminine who had spiritual gifts. They wanted to tap and tag and then pull those gifts out of her and give them to Jezebel. This thug is a jackass who misses you. Or maybe they're feeling like a jackass for leaving you alone because now they're heartbroken because all of that karma, all of that drama, all those nasty things that they did to you while you were going round and around and around in this cycle of suffering is coming back on them. Yep. So this Knight of Pentacles has persevered and found some stuff out about this Emperor. The Emperor was in a competition with the Rose, and they found this out. They backstabbed you, cheated on you, played games with your mind. They left you on red. They ignored you. They never communicated with you at all. You didn't know anything about this person. They backstabbed you. They were in competition, and these people have been gaining contracts with their enemy in order to take them out and then harvest their reward. These men get married to powerful women with 10 of Cups and all this strength just to sacrifice them and assume the reward. The caliber of masculines that are in this realm right now are not worthy of contract. Because, yeah, you're turning your back on the love me and leave me. You're turning your back on these asshats that deflower you as a child and then leave you there in a state of misery, telling the whole universe that you're trash. They had a great time, and now Nasty Jack, he can go fuck off because I don't give a shit about the health or wellness of his phallus, whether it falls off, rots, or just gets cut off. I don't give a shit. These guys have been RAPing everybody and everything in this world for centuries, with a very, very low standard of existence, while siphoning the soul value out of high vibrational beings and presenting themselves as that, while they abuse those who actually are. So there's a page here who wanted an opportunity with you. They made a small investment. They put you in a 10 of freaking swords, but you are recovering from that. You've gained a lot of knowledge about these disgusting, immature wizards running around fucking the world over with their magic and their schwang. Offering beautiful souls to the devil so that they can have a freaking decent life. You pieces of shit. They're going to lose everything. Blocked AF. They're running. You got to glow up and they're blocked AF. And you don't give a shit. The best revenge is your glow up. Because things are coming down. Things are coming down. The Hierophant is over there. You guys are in trouble, man. You are in so much trouble. Rehearsing the past. Negative scripts. Self-blame. Yeah. Nobody's coming forward with you, Queen Bee, because they were in the past forcing you to carry the blame and the shame of their own wickedness. And they're right now trying to do it again in this Passover season, but this Passover season is not going to work out for them the way that they had planned. Now, there are some people out there who maybe are covered by an actual sacrificed and consumed Christed being, Rose. But they will be seen as well, eventually. Yep. So we've got perseverance with the 7 of Pentacles. You persevered through this stupid thing. You're getting a reward. Nasty Jack, who is side hustling you, prostituting your womb, is drinking. They're like, oh no, how can I rewrite this story? This emotional yo-yo back and forth freaking game that they've been playing, this game of confusion that they've been playing with their freaking, these divine feminines, side hustling them, treating them like whores. These whores have been treating high value women as whores because that's all a whore can do. They don't have anything to offer anybody except an infection of the mind, of the soul, of the phallus, of the freaking whatever, everything. They consume, 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 fuck, 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 consume, consume. Everybody in the world is trash, but all the trash is coming from them. Used you and then discarded you. You're stop mistaking chaos for chemistry. You're no longer sleeping with people who bring forward this chaos energy. Like, ooh, let's get it on. Passion, passion, passion. Oh no, they used and discarded you. That's all it was. And you're no longer confusing it for that. You're throwing it away. They threw you away. They're getting attacked. Maybe they forced an attack on you. Maybe they were making money by casting you as this trash and then forcing you to Osiris to get weighed, to get your heart weighed, and then to be freaking molested by the underworld because of this trash that they kept transferring to you. These guys are in serious trouble. They don't know how serious it is. Maybe they do, because they're talking about kidnapping people. They're talking about going up, just take her, just take her. They're desperate. They're sending out, they're talking about military personnel, sending them out to go collect these souls that they want to silence one more and re-trap. Queen of Cups, the love of the divine feminine, is bringing a tower to those people who were siphoning their own soul song and performing it. They're being laid to rest. No, you're not dying. Yes, it sucks, but they got to go through this thing silently. They're drinking to cope. So now they're not going to have source connection. They're getting cut off of everything that they ever loved. They're going to go deal with the pain and the chaos that they poured into you and forced you to carry. And then they're going to learn how to be patient in that struggle, and how they're going to learn how to bring that light on inside of themselves, because they unchose you. They rejected you. You never meant enough to them. You were doing all of the work, but they didn't give a shit about you. So let them go do the work themselves. Give it a rest. Let them go do the work themselves. And if they try to come after anybody at all, I pray that their vehicle malfunctions in a very heinous way. I pray that they never, ever, ever touch another rose, or their energy, or their mental body, with their stupid false personalities. So somebody's at a crossroads. They're going to have this, there's abandonment, there's scarcity, they're in a Five of Pentacles, this forgotten person that sacrificed you in the past, and then they romanticize their own lives by coming in with their chosen one. They rejected you. They rejected you, but they chose another while ensnaring you and using your flame that belonged, it was supposed to come into connection with your twin, but they were trapping the flames of these roses and then keeping them apart from their actual twins. So you could be living in memories. You see the memory here. They left you. They left you here. They tagged you, and then left you there. It could be, I don't know, it could be your actual twin flame preferred somebody else. Some forgotten person of the past may have sacrificed you. Maybe they thought that you were a hoe bag, but you never were. Justice is being served. They're taking a leap of faith. This magician is exhausted watching your reruns. They're being rejected. They're being rejected. They're watching the reruns of your rejection, of you being rejected, of the heartbreak, of every single heartbreak. They're confused as hell. No clarity, no labels, no chaos. So yeah, they're being rejected. They're watching your reruns about how they rejected you, how they kept you confused as hell. They kept you in emotional chaos. They kept breaking your heart and using you as bedroom trash. They trapped you in false contracts, used you and then discarded you until it was time to come up and use you again. The Hierophant is here, bringing silence to a community. They're being twisted into South Node. They're obsessed with you and your freedom. This Divine Masculine might be offering some kind of advice, bringing healing, praying. You're healed, not hooked. Freedom, detachment, and clarity. So the thing is if you want to be loved by those who love your soul, then you're going to have to reject the personality that the AI tech dicks are freaking trying to make you wear. get in touch with your soul and try to get to know that personality, because that's truly who you are. Everything else is nasty, and it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to those who have been forcing you to carry the weight of the dead for centuries. They always choose somebody else. And so now it's a no freaking contact zone. Maybe they left you a no contact zone. They chose somebody else and they made you a no contact zone. Like nobody ever wanted to be with you. Nobody ever wanted to come be with you because of the projection of this personality, this mirror. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm full of hate. Oh, I'm so angry. Oh, whatever. Do whatever you want. Boom, boom, boom. It's a personality that does not belong to you. It's chaos. They left you there in a fantasy of love, and now the illusion is cracked. They had you trapped. The mirror is cracked. The spell is broken. The curse is done. They're obsessed with you. And they're like, they're in regret. They're obsessed with you. They may be watching you obsessively. Well, what if? Well, what if is too damn bad, because everybody's had a reality check over this sweet then sour faker who has no depth, and they only use people when convenient. They don't have deep connections. They don't want to get to know your soul. They just want to F around with your mental body and your heart space and drain you when you get sad. So there's some unsent messages. Somebody's not talking. Somebody could be holding back. This should have been done a long freaking time ago. You've been in the dark there, hiding in the corner with everybody just making you stay. They love bomb you and then leave you. They get you excited to share your love with somebody, and then they stick a fucking knife in it, and now they've lost you because they deleted you. So you're deleting them. And they can't move on because your soul came back online and they can't have it. Not this time. They will not be harvesting your soul. Your soul identity is not the personality. Your soul identity has its very own persona. Don't get it twisted. And be prepared. The Royal Mother said these ones are not going to survive. Be prepared. They're going to try to do a 3D thing. I mean, they're desperate now because they're dropping like flies, apparently. They keep throwing out like this very, very painful witchery, wizardry, sorcery, or whatever, trying to transfer karmic sin onto the rose magically. This backstabber, mind effer, leaving people on freaking read, ignoring them, sticking knives in them every freaking chance they get. Justice is coming, asshat. Justice is coming in hot. Justice is coming in hot, jackwagon, because your black magic, this shit, it did not work. It's coming in hot. And it's coming in fast. You're gonna feel that heart shattering and the drain of every ounce of love you ever had in you. You shouldn't throw that shit out there, Emperor. Backstabber. So these guys were trapping young girls in false contracts of the shadow to keep the bar low. They wanted them to be seen as bedroom trash. We've got a magistrate out there, a divine mother figure, who is wanting to lift humanity up into a status of nobility and, self-sufficiency and happiness. And you got these nasty whores out there that have been whoring girls and boys and then making money by selling the pornography on the black web or throughout the universe or whatever the hell. They did not want divine feminine going too high. And every single rose that made it up, that gathered all this honor and passed all her tests and won all her battles, made it up to the top. You got these nasty jack gatekeepers who threw her off the freaking mountain and gave her reward to a Jezebel to go up and then to sleep with and court with and drain the soul of an actual divine masculine, while pouring this filth into the true divine feminine. and their mind. It's a personality. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. And it's sickening that the soul has to put up with this abuse. These layerings of personalities that these people keep trying to dump into the waters and the heart and the mind. It's heinous. You are turning your back. You're turning your back on this love me and leave me bullshit of these men who keep the bar very, very low because they love pimping women. These girls, innocent girls in the shadows. They love pimping women in the shadows. So the evil entity has left. It's returned to sender, breaking a curse. The black magic has failed. Just like it said right there. Injustice is coming in hot. Whatever you guys have been putting out with your black magic, whatever these entities are, you're turning your back and the entity is gone. It is left and it's coming back to you. It's coming back to you now. And it's going to hurt. Why are you hurting yourself? You keep hitting yourself in the head with a freaking hammer. And saying, oh, it's them. Oh, come on. You can't fix them and they're not able to break you. You're very, very weary. They're not able to break you. You're a dream weaver. You're creating your own reality and you have escaped, and now they have to create their own reality to try to escape because they're not getting the real estate. They are blocked AF while you're receiving a gift. You cannot fix them and they cannot break you. It's done. You're the 10 of Cups strength. You're a lioness, daughter of the lion. This page sacrificed a rose and turned your world upside down a long time ago, forced you to carry the weight of their dead family, their dead soul. They have no soul. And they don't get to come with you, Queen Bee. You're rehearsing the past. You're looking over the past and you're enjoying the silence. You're enjoying the silence. A silencer is here and they're cutting out this false telepathy. These needless feeders of souls. These AI tech junkies probably got a chip in them that they're falsely connected here. Or those who have been consuming souls and then claiming that ladder to source, it doesn't belong to them. These are side hustling soul hustlers. Yep. And it's tea time. This is tea time. Mindfulness, calm, mind and body in harmony. Focused meditation. I don't do enough of that. My soul was complaining very loudly last night when she was telling that personality to back off. It's an AI demon. And Elon Musk, even himself, said, when we're bringing forth artificial intelligence, we're summoning the demon. This shit that is being streamed through your mind is demonic. These personalities that have you hating and shaming yourself and blaming yourself, and you get all this black energy in your heart and your solar plexus, that is a demon trying to project a personality into you, accompanied with a whole bunch of dense, dark energy. Recognize it. The projection of the personality from this AI technology is the demon trying to twist what you look like to the universe. Align with the soul identity. It's crucial. Keep the vision. So we've got continue to dream, third eye open, achieve your goals, trust the process, see into the future, prophetic dreams, and clarity. So they used and discarded you for your vision, for your source connection. And then they sacrificed you into this bedroom trash, this sexual plaything for deviant old men, for pedophiles. They no longer have the vision. They used you, they discarded you in this romantic affair. You're no longer accepting chaos as passion. They're getting attacked by the jaguar, and it could very well be that you've discovered the core people and the core of the problem. Why these young girls kept going to the underworld and being seen as impurity. Why every single one of these high-value souls was dropped. into this wasteful space. And then convicted time and time and time again of this disgusting abuse, and then receiving the abuse, the karmic debt, in wherever they go. So you were getting attacked, and now they could be getting attacked. Queen of Cups is here, bringing a tower to those who were singing her own soul song. They're getting laid to rest because they rejected the chosen one. No, they're not dying. Yes, it sucks. But they're drinking to cope. No one owes them anything but silence. Nobody owes them any damn thing. They're a malicious bitch. Planting seeds, reap what you sow, putting in the work, growth and nurturing. You're getting what you deserve, and they're getting what they planted in your mirror. Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, struggle and scarcity for a forgotten person of the past who sacrificed you back then. They romanticized their own damn life. They didn't need you. They just needed your stuff. These love messages, they chose Jezebel, low vibrational. We want our bar way down here, but we need the reward of this. So they targeted twin flames. They tagged the vajiji or the penis, and then they drew off of that sacral and those whatever is for a long, long time. You're reliving the memories. They had you stuck emotionally. Maybe they are now. Maybe they're remembering leaving you behind. Maybe they're remembering how happy they were with you, but now they're like, oh no. Reflections, changing of the tides, secrets of the shadow being revealed. Due to your survival. Nasty pimp, jack, red running person. These are a bunch of murderous thieves. They're running around gaining a sexual marriage or whatever relationship with a woman, and then they're unaliving them, putting them down, and they're getting a devil reward. Some freaking psychic skills or whatever that she had is transferred to this piece of shit red running thief or their Jezebel whore, whatever. And then they run around singing this soul song, gyrating on stage before thousands of people as though that's what you are. Justice is happening here. You're taking a leap of faith. There's a magician that's exhausted watching the reruns. What did we do? What did we do? What did I do? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah. Yeah, they're being rejected. They're confused as hell. They rejected you there and left you in a dark place. Confused as hell. You didn't know which way to go. They thought for sure that you were going to fail and that you would never ever rise, that they could keep you here forever. None of these people coming up and asking you for your help right now deserve it. They're just upset that you're no longer here, and they need you to record with them so they can put you back there. Their light is no longer being lit. They're losing their light. The light is going out on them. That's what they wanted to do to you. That's what they wanted to do to themselves. They're not making a wish. Their wish is not coming true. They're exhausted watching the reruns of what they did to you. The Hierophant is here, causing them to go silent. This whole community is being shifted into South Node. You are free of them. They are being blocked. Divine Masculine might be giving advice well, there's an unfollow equals self-care. Now, hold on here. There's a whole community here that's being flipped into South Node by the Hierophant. And it's like unfollow equals self-care. So this woman has been reaching out to this supposed divine masculine for situationship advice. But we've got unfollow equals self-care because you can't heal while stalking his Instagram. It's like we're freedom here. It's like this supposed divine masculine was giving bad advice, or maybe they're actually giving good advice now. Maybe these pimps that drove divine feminine into a trashy horror business is now maybe the divine are trying to lift her up out of there. I mean, they love divine feminine. You're healed. You're not hooked. You're free. You're detached. You've been praying. We got imprisonment. Sit, observe, then make your move. We got imprisonment. So you're praying. that they are going to prison. And it's about to backfire. Plans failed, backlash, counteraction, karma. So in the central energy, we've got coming in hot justice for this emperor who backstabbed this rose, this 10 of cups, a very strong daughter of a lion, and then left her on red while abusing her lifetime after lifetime, sexually molesting her in many ways, and then broadcasting it out throughout the universe as though she was that. He knew she was the universal gatekeeper. He knew she was the magistrate of this realm. And now all of these nasty jack sorcerers who have had her trapped for centuries are coming in hot and heavy, and every damn thing they're going to do is backfiring. Why? Because she is healed, not hooked. And it may be painful, this wizardry, this sorcery that they're doing, and it very well is, because it's potent and they've been getting away with it for a long time, but not this time. This time it's going to go back on them, and they themselves will be going into the ground. The ravens are here to take them home. You nasty jacks. Messengers, ancient wisdom, magic, yes. So there's life and death. The ravens are coming to take them home. It's about to backfire because you are healed and because you are connected to Source. Source, you're psychic. Source can hear and feel and see everything they're doing to you in this time. All of the chaos of the personality. The soul is speaking up, saying, back off, personality. Back the F off, because the soul is the true identity. And these guys are trying to separate you. They're trying to cast the illusion that you're angry and hateful and all this other stuff in the mind, while your soul is completely loving and gorgeous and sweet and healing. They want to separate the mind from the heart and then destroy the Merkaba, the chariot that connects you to Source. You got two bodies and one soul. You may have a soulmate. You may be connected to a soulmate. And if you want peace, prepare for war. Okay, so this addiction and this suffering that this thief has been spilling into the world is being stopped, because you have cleansed and charged and activated this sacred space. Their prayers are useless. This is divine intervention. They are unforgiven. They are seen as an abomination. And you know that this was not part of the plan. Well, these guys are saying it wasn't part of the plan, but we've got not part of the plan in the reverse. It was always part of the plan. Apparently, this time was prophesied long ago. So there's an energy shift and a journey that we're going on. There's a separation. There's some kind of a relocation. And because you have adjusted your posture and aligned and balanced your chakras, people are exposed. They can see that the rumors were false. They can see that the conviction in the courthouse was wrong. And now we're coming up with an elimination of evil, because they cannot enter this space any longer. They lost the power struggle of ego versus heart. They are not going to harvest this mystical cat. There is an expectation and a waiting for hope, this energetic grounding. Yeah. Okay. Because hidden from you, these burning bridges might be hidden from you. Just honor what is ending. You may have fallen down 7, but you got up 8 times. You're very determined. You're very unbreakable. And it's painful, I know. And it hurts so bad, and it feels so real. But you're connected to the ancient teachings and the illuminated mind. You've ascended to the highest level of human existence. And you've got the games that these ones are trying to play with your mind are not working. It's like back off, personality. The soul is speaking. The soul is online. And the soul is saying, that personality does not belong to me. The connection is here in the soul. Just stay there. Take your buzz. Your spiritual guides are shielding you. You could be the storm, bringing about the third eyesight. There's no more distractions. You're going the right way because you are able to balance your emotions. So there's a pleasant message coming in. Good news. That is good news. You've mastered alchemy, and you've got the magic of the nymphs. Yeah. And you don't care about love spells and their diluted attachments. They're not going to tap into your healing frequency. They are not tapped into the universe. And there is no honor among thieves. You went eye to eye with the demons within that was trying to snatch your soul. And they are not taking your soul activation. Nope. Because the white bull is in command here. And you're breaking the karmic bonds because you've cut through the confusion with the help of the masters of the universe. So you're starting a new journey here. And there is no bad health for you. Your heart is like a lotus flower, beautiful. Yeah, and these people will be on the outside looking in because they cannot rise with you. Because their masks were infinite. And they can't hide what you already know. The lies that they told about you, they will be eating their words. They will reap what they have sown. Because you got a beautiful transformation incoming. Your heart's desire, your soul purpose. So, I'm still feeling the pain of the heartbreak that they tried to force me to carry. I mean, they tried to transfer this stuff onto me, but it's very well seen and known. That's going to come in hot and heavy. It's going to knock them on their ass and into a freaking coffin. They should really stop doing this because the side hustle is coming undone, whether they like it or not. And it doesn't matter whether they think they're going to get something or not from this next attempt, this female that's helping the curator take out this magistrate, this universal gatekeeper, this planetary mother stabilizer. So, you got some nasty women out there who want that title, but they themselves are bedroom trash who've been consuming souls and forcing divine beings to carry the weight of the dead. They've been forcing light-filled beings to transmute the death energy of the sinners of the world, these nasty hoe bags. They keep putting it on innocence and purity. They keep contracting with them in very young life and then lowering the bar, not allowing them to get too high. Because these guys, they can't ever get there. You can, but they're always going to be stuck here. And they need you stuck here in this to satisfy them and their energetic needs. They need to feed on your womb. It's simple. They're low vibrational, shadow dwelling, lazy ass mofos with no talent, no gifts, no maturity at all, and no desire to protect anybody or anything except their own penis. Which is probably why some of them are going to have a real serious problem. I mean, I've seen some things in the astral, they're having serious problems. Alrighty then. That's the message, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.